So, hey everybody. I have some thoughts about some things I've been thinking about, and I would like to know what your thoughts might be on my thoughts. This is not an analysis. I am not a theorist. I'm not an expert on the stuff I'm talking about, which is why I'd like to ask your opinions. Um, so, just some observations. Not saying, not even saying anything is good or bad. Not saying there isn't such a thing as good or bad. I'm just not saying what they are here. So, I've been listening to a lot of Schoenberg. And in particular, I've been noticing in certain moments in Schoenberg's music, both in the free atonal stuff and actually especially in the 12-tone stuff, I've been hearing some of what I would call shadows of tonality. Maybe it's a stupid metaphor. I don't know. What I did read yesterday in Charles Rosen's book, he says that in Schoenberg's neoclassical period, to make these large-scale forms work, like concertos and rondos, you needed a mimesis of tonality. I had to look that up. Turns out mimesis means kind of a mimicry or an imitation. So in Schoenberg's neoclassic music, he's saying that you find an imitation, a mimesis of tonality. I like shadow. It's more poetic. I know some people think calling it shadows of tonality is stupid. It's okay. I love you, Jasper. Call me. Anyway, so let me show you what I'm talking about. Violin Concerto. Okay, it's a 12-tone work. It's a mature 12-tone piece. As far as I know, he doesn't break the rules in this thing at all. He sticks to his own 12-tone method strictly. It's not like some works where it's a little bit 12-tone, it's a little bit not, a little bit country, a little bit rock and roll. It's all 12-tone music. And it was written after he had written, it was written before he wrote the essay in Style and Idea, where he talks about emancipation of the dissonance, in which he says, what he says is the dissonance is treated as consonance. Now, he doesn't say that consonance and dissonance don't exist. I don't know if that's semantically the same thing. Maybe it is. But that's not what he says. He doesn't say dissonance and consonance don't exist. He says dissonance is treated as consonance. So, what does that mean? I don't know. But okay, so I'm going to show you what I was looking at in the Violin Concerto. The very beginning of it. I've always noticed when I've listened to it, and I've listened to it, several dozen times. At the beginning, I always feel like there's kind of a pull. It doesn't sound to me like the harmonies are just random. It sounds like they are going somewhere. A couple days ago, I came across an example. I was looking at an article on Wikipedia about combinatoriality, which I still don't understand. But they just showed an example of combinatoriality, and it was the first two measures of the Violin Concerto. I thought, oh, cool, let me look at that and see what's going on. And sure enough, it looked like what I've been hearing. So let me show you what Schoenberg wrote. Here's the violin part I'm playing with my right hand, and the orchestra I'm playing with my left hand. Okay, so I don't know if you can hear what I'm talking about, but it doesn't sound like just static harmony, I guess you could say. It feels like it's going somewhere. Why? Okay, well, here's what I think I'm hearing. Okay, first couple of notes in the violin part. He plays an A to a B flat. Okay, now, he doesn't write... he writes... Okay. To me, that sounds like a kind of a cadence. Okay, so if he had written, and I don't know if you can hear that, I'll play up an octave. It's like an anticipation. Okay, 5, leading tone to tonic. Okay, in B flat. Now in the orchestra, he answers that with a third, major third going to a minor 7th. Exactly like you might play 1 to 5 in the key of B. Okay, so the violin plays 5-1 in B flat. Orchestra plays 1-5 in B. Okay, so what if I changed a couple of those notes? Okay, so I'm going to move the left hand down, the orchestra, down a half step. So both hands are going to be in the key of B flat now. Okay, so see what this sounds like. Okay, now it's not great. Okay, I don't know if that, it's not the best thing ever, but it sounds like the beginning of a theme. Okay, what does that mean? I don't know. Next, the next phrase, it goes. Okay, so the violin is going. Same thing, like leading tone to tonic in D flat. Okay, and in the left hand, in the orchestra, 7th to a 3rd. But instead of a minor 7th to a major 3rd, it's a major 7th to a minor 3rd. So it's kind of like 5-1 squished. Shadow. So here we've got this. Now I'm going to change the notes a little bit again. Okay. Okay, to make it a kind of a cadence in D flat. All right. So let me play my perverted version of the beginning of this concerto. Oh, it's okay. Probably do something with that. Now let me play Schoenberg's original version. That was a wrong note. That was a wrong note, and you could hear it, even though it's Schoenberg. Right. Okay, now this part here, by the way, the first part that I just played, those 2 measures or whatever, 3 measures, that I saw on a score. The second half of what I played, I learned by ear. And it wasn't that hard. There's never more than 2 or 3 notes played at a time, so it wasn't that hard. And there is kind of a logic to it. But I noticed something interesting. When I got to the very end, the orchestra part goes. And there's this F sharp in there. And I was pretty sure it was an F sharp. But when I listened really close, it sounded like maybe there was something else in there. I could still be wrong. I don't know. But I was pretty sure it was an F sharp. So just to kind of make sure, I played some other notes. That didn't sound right. Even this, which is more dissonant, didn't sound right. Okay, this sounds right. Okay. But just to check, I thought, well, it's 12 tone. It should be 12 notes. So I went, this one, this one, this one. And the only one left was F sharp. So I made it an F sharp, and it sounds right. What does that mean? I don't know. So, what does this sound like? What does this sound like to you? Kind of a suggestion of a cadence in one key, suggestion of a cadence in another key, going one way and then the other. Is it bitonal? It doesn't sound bitonal to me. I don't hear 2 separate keys. Is it tonal? Well, of course it's not tonal. Is it atonal? I guess so, because it's 12 tone, and all 12 notes are treated pretty much as equal. But is there no consonance and dissonance at all? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. There might be some resolution in there. I don't know. Maybe that negates, what Schoenberg was trying to do. And is there, does this extend to any deep background relationships in the piece? I doubt it. It'd be kind of cool. I mean, if someone looked at it and found out that, yeah, it turns out the whole thing is like a big, sonata form in the key of B flat over B. That'd be awesome, but I doubt it. So let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts in the comments. And you know what else? Those of you who are composers, tell me what you think of just what he wrote here. If you think it's something that you could take and turn into a piece. Is this an exposition of something that you think might be useful? I know that when I just pick up where he left off and I just kind of start improvising, everything I play sounds like crap. I don't like the way anything sounds after I use this as a beginning. And I know that when I asked someone what's so great about Mozart, they said, well, take one of his expositions and then tear out the next 2 pages and try to write your own development, and you'll just feel like a moron once you go back and look what he actually wrote. Can you come up with something better? Or do you think that there's just like no potential in what he started with, and it's just crap from the start? I don't know. I find it compelling. When I hear those opening measures, I find myself drawn into the piece. I don't feel like this is written without any ear in mind. It's 12 tone. It follows all the 12 tone rules. As far as I know, this whole piece is strictly 12 tone. If he broke his own rules in here somewhere, I'd love for you to point that out to me. But as far as I know, this is like legit. This is Arnold all the way. As far as I know, this is classical, high period, 12 tone music. So leave your thoughts in the comments. Be nice, huh? For once. All right, don't give me this Arnold ruined music. He didn't ruin music. He didn't write, how did he ruin music? He wrote some 50 pieces, maybe a few more, I don't know, which are never performed. He devised a method that he hardly taught to anybody. He said it wasn't for everybody. He said not everybody should write like this. He rarely taught the 12-tone method. Other people took it up and went a totally different way with it. Babbitt, Boulez. You don't like Boulez? Schoenberg didn't write Boulez. Boulez wrote Boulez. Babbitt wrote Babbitt. Schoenberg didn't write Babbitt. He didn't even write Webern. All right? So just be nice. All right? And I confess, I get caught up in it too. I'm not always nice, but I'm going to try to be nice. I respect you guys. I don't think any of you guys are stupid. Let me know what you think. Thanks, guys.